Hey yo, what is going on guys? CashinClean here. So for today's video, I wanted to do something a little bit different. It's not different. You've probably seen this before from Sayushi making this video a while back, but I wanted to talk about my loyalty in Trove. But before we get into that, I guess we can go over some of my other badges. So in case you guys are curious about any of these, I can be sure to let you guys know. So I guess without further ado, let's see what we got cooking. So first off, dungeons completed, and I'm just gonna go in order. I'll leave loyalty for last, so stay tuned until the end of the video to see what that final number could be. So dungeons completed, I'll just go to the bottom over here. So I am at 347,000. I guess compared to you guys, I'm not sure if that's a lot or a little. I'm sure some of you guys out there have done a ton of them, but there we go. That is my dungeons completed and more to come because I still gotta farm more gem boxes. So either way, moving on to blocks destroyed. This one is at 6 mil, 811,000. I guess a lot of it came from, I used the big bombs to get the badge. I do remember doing that back in the day because I think I was at like just under 1 mil or something, and I had a bunch of the big bombs saved. I just went to random adventure worlds and just kind of spammed the big bombs, and that helped me get the badge. I guess the rest of it is just me going into dungeons, or maybe just doing that some more. I don't really know. I guess does mining ore count for that? I don't even know, but either way, it's 6 mil there. I don't know if that's a lot or a little compared to you guys, but I feel like that's kind of a lot. Next up, we got the boxes opened, and this one is gonna be, looks like 2 mil 129,000, I believe. Looks like so 2 million boxes opened, so that is a lot, and I still have a ton of boxes that I'm currently working on opening, so I'll eventually get that number up. And I guess I can kind of go over my stats as well. I have some stats that I can show, but I guess we'll do that at the end as well. That is my boxes opened. Now consecutive days. Now there is a point in time, yeah, I'm at 528. There's a point in time where I just stopped playing for a few days, I believe. I mean, I guess it makes sense. That's when it happened 528 days ago. Trying to remember what I exactly did. I was either busy with school or lost interest in Trove. One or the other. Or both, I don't know. But obviously we got the badge there, but 528 consecutive days, we are still going strong. And if you guys are curious, if you stay in offline mode, it still counts for your current streak. I don't know when it exactly counts though. I'm assuming right on reset, but I'm not an expert on this. I just kind of do things and it just kind of works out. So there we go. Next up, we got the total days, and my total days is 2,560, which is that the same as my slash play? 240 days. Wait, 240. Okay, wait. No, I don't know. I guess that's how many days I logged in. So it doesn't really, I don't know why I would think that those are the same. Just ignore me. But either way, yeah, there we go. 2,560. I don't want to calculate what that is in years, but maybe you guys can do that in your free time if you really want to. All right, moving on, we got fishing. So for fishing, we are at, wait, 24,000. Wait, what the heck? I've nearly doubled. Wait, what the heck have I been doing? I've almost doubled the amount for the badge. What the heck? Dude, I hate fishing. I don't even know how I got all this. Dude, I finished my fishing badge, I think 4 years ago or something like that. I remember very specifically, I was doing online classes because this was back when COVID was a thing. So we're doing online classes. Teacher was talking and I had Trove open right there. So I was just fishing while they're doing the lecture or whatever. So that's how I got my badge. I do remember that specifically. So it took me a week of straight on fishing for a long time to even get that badge. And I think before COVID and all that, I think I was around 1,000, 2,000, maybe even upwards of 5,000. I can't remember. I just remember I finished the fishing badge in a week, just a week of just fishing. Everything after that, I have no idea what happened, but I guess 24K, there we go. Next up, we got the gardening. So for harvesting, we are at 47,000 harvest. I guess I don't really do the gardening stuff on my main account as opposed to my alt account, but we're at 47K for harvesting. For watering, which is this one, we are at 30,150, and for composting we are at 244,000. And if you guys are wondering why I'm not at 1 million, I think way back in the day I just used a bunch of the Eyes of Cthulhu and then I just brought the items back, and the only thing I compost nowadays are just trophies. Like, I mean, I could get the 1 mil now if I really wanted to, but just back then I was in a rush for mastery, so I kind of rushed through all my gardening things. I mean, I may as well just complete it for the sake of the video. So there we go. We are at over 1 million now, so officially done with that. Just composted some Eyes of Cthulhu. But anyway, moving on. We are going to do loyalty at the end. Shadow, Hydra, and Dreadnought, I don't think it tells you, yeah, it doesn't tell you the exact number for some reason, because I have done more than that, but I don't know why it doesn't show. So Can't really show those. Subclasses, gems, I don't think there's no point in doing those ones. Quest? What, I don't remember. Okay, gem expertise. Yeah, can't do that. Alright, so rampages, we've done 255. So I guess not too much more than the completed badge. I remember once I was done with it, dude, I was over it. I didn't want to do anymore. So 255 for the rampages there. I remember I hosted so many of those, went through a lot of my resources, and back then Cinnabar and the other resources were pretty expensive, so that was quite the badge to go for. Next we got Leviathans. So for these, I've done 4,657, and if you guys want like a little representation of how many it takes to get your permas and all that, I have a screenshot somewhere, but I've done about 4,000 Leviathans, and that got me 18 perma torches for the Ifera one. And I even got an extra. So in terms of the average, it's like what, one in every, was it 150? No, 250, I think. One in every 250. That's just the average. You might get one either earlier or before. It's kind of random, but it seemed like I was pretty on track with getting them, so my RNG was pretty okay with these. And now we got the delves. I don't know if the other ones will show, but so for delves, public delves, we've done 139 out of the 50 that you need for the badge. For private delves, we have done 23,508, so a bit of a jump. And then for challenge delves, we have done 5,158. And back in the day, you had to do challenge delves to get your mementos. You didn't have to, but it was a lot easier back then because specific delve floors had specific mementos, so it was a lot easier to do them that way. Now if you do whatever delve floor, you can get any of the mementos in there, and it's just kind of annoying. Like, it's nice that you can get any of the mementos, but if you're trying to get one specific one, then it's just really annoying because you can't like narrow it down. So I'm not really too much of a fan of that change. I was when that first got introduced, but now that I'm looking back at it, it's just not that good. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. I mean, Paragon, is there really much for these? That's my total Paragon levels, 2,000. Just under 3,000. And then we have, what is that, 8 classes that are over level 40. So there we go. And then ring polishing to finish things off, we're at 154. So there we go. And before we get into the loyalty, we can do a quick thing for the stats. So for the stats, I guess for the things that haven't been shown, we can just like skim over them. So enemies defeated, we're at number 384. So just under 3 mil there. Dungeons completed, we're at 347k, which I guess we already checked. Wait, did that number match up? Or is that different? Oh no, it looks like it's the same. Battle Arena Games 1. I have only 16. Dude, I remember when this stuff, when season 3 I think came out, everyone, like I mean everybody, just slash respawn. The moment somebody died, like when there's 9 people left, everybody slash respawn. I could care less about going for number 1, but I guess there we go. I got it 16 times. Just out of curiosity. Oh my god, 22k. That's gonna be quite the farm if I wanted to go for top 10 on this, but I'm not gonna bother. Boxes open. We're pretty close to top 100, and I do have a good bit of boxes to open, so I could technically push for it, but I'm in no rush, so I'd say it's a good bit of boxes. Flux earned. So this is just going to be from loot collecting gear that loot collects into Flux, as well as hitting those boxes in treasure aisles that have the Flux thing on it. I think those are the main ways, and then maybe loot collecting your Flux crystals, the artifacts and things. I actually have no idea, but 213 mil. I kind of wish I had that 213 mil right now, but we'll get there. Glim, we're at 7 mil. I think I got most of mine from my pinatas. Infinium, we are at 50k. I guess I don't really go for those too often, but there we go. Pins looted, 133k. Pins thrown, 32k. And I didn't participate in any of that sus pin activity, so we were good there. But a lot of the people did stay on the leaderboards, so not too sure about that. But either way, invaders defeated. I do want to get this one higher up. There are a few farms for this, but I guess I'm not in any rush. Top 1500 for this one. For loots collected, we are just under 7 mil. Wait, Tanji. Okay, we gotta pass Tanji at least. Make it a little competition. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. That was a lot of loot collected. I mean, since I play Shadowhunter, I don't really go in the dungeons to collect the loot. So I guess there's that. And even in Delves, I don't really collect the loot too often. So I wonder how many Crystal 5s I missed out on because of that. And I believe that's pretty much everything because these are just weeklies. So there we go. All right, now for the grand reveal. I don't know if you guys skipped to this point in the video or if you guys were hyped for this moment, but my loyalty. You guys can take a guess if you want to, but all right, I'm gonna reveal it. The number is 2,500. You need 1,000 for the badge to get your mastery, and I've gone over double that, and I haven't spent money on the game in a while. I think I have. Never mind, I have. There was one time where I bought credits, so apart from that, and then I think there's one thing I did buy that had mastery in it. Or no, it didn't have mastery. It was just like a collectible thing that you can get. I think it was like 15 bucks. I can't remember. But either way, there it is, 2,500. I don't know if that was a lot or a little compared to what you're expecting, but spent quite a bit on Trove, hoping to get this number down by the end of the year. I'm just kidding, I can't do that. There we go. That is my loyalty. So if you guys are curious, there we go. So you guys don't have to ask me for it anymore. And yeah, that is going to be all for today's video. If you guys have enjoyed, please drop a like and subscribe if you're new to the channel, or if you find yourself coming back. If there's anything like this in the future that you'd like me to do or show you guys, just let me know, because I could also show you guys my personal chest. I might do that for another video, but either way, I'll see you guys later.